Hello everybody, Kiske'S here, and today I want to talk about a cool mechanic that I think is like really cool. I think it's like really dumb, stupid, and low-key broken, and that's Sin's Eat. So Sin's Eat is a cool little mechanic. It has a level system that goes from 1 through 5, and okay, let's just pull up the numbers real quick. I know this move like the beginning of the video, we just move so fast, but Joe, trust me on this. So this is his E. It's called Still Growing, right? So he has a level system that goes 1 through 5. So 1 being the lowest you can get of the chances, and 5 being the highest you can get of the chances, right? The highest stat boost. So if he eats meat, he gets an attack buff. So if he gets level 1 eat, right? Right here, he only gets a 2% attack buff, but if he gets a level 5 eat, he gets a 10% attack buff. That's what I'm trying to say. But why I really want to dig into this topic is like I want to talk about when you really try to dig further into fighting games, you start to understand that you're looking at the numbers a lot more, right? So when you look at the numbers, you can start to understand the numbers, you can start to understand the intricacies, and you can understand just the overall many neutral interactions, or just overall like different interactions, unique, that's what the word I'm looking for, unique interactions that you get just based off like 2 characters alone. And Eat gives you so many unique interactions because it's one of those things that where even if the opponent knows what it is, so if Sin eats lizard, not Sin eats lizard, Sin eats lobster, and the opponent understands that Sin just ate lobster, that mental stack of being like, oh, he just got a defense boost, and Sin knowing that he just got a defense boost, Sin can now navigate throughout the neutral a bit more differently, just based off the fact that he knows that he can play a bit more brash because he has a defense buff on him, right? And the opponent knowing he got a defense boost, that change in the neutral interaction, that change in the way the screen moves, is just like a really good and powerful thing in my opinion. But the thing about Still Growing or Eat is you never know what level you get unless you eat ice cream or lizard, because ice cream or lizard are immediate buffs, lizard being a health buff, and lizard being a health gen, and ice cream being meter build. So like you can look at those because those are instantaneous, so you can automatically tell what it is. But when it comes to attack, defense, or movement, you can't really tell what you get unless you actually move about the character yourself. So I just think that's like super interesting that alone is like a mechanic in the game, and Sin can like work around that, right? So if he eats this, like I memorized all of them because I thought like it was a good idea if I did. So this is health regen, movement speed, attack, movement speed. I think that was the lowest movement speed I could get. This is defense, attack, health, attack, health, attack, health, movement speed, right? Oh, you see, like literally, look at that stark difference in like Sin's movement speed, right? Well, it literally just reverted because you can tell. So like Sin's movement speed in general is like a bit slow off the neutral interaction alone, which is like a very pivotal thing because one of the best things about Guilty Gear, one of the strongest things about Guilty Gear is movement, right? So like if you look at Sin, his back movement speed and his forward movement speed, it's a bit slow on the slow side versus somebody like Milia, who can cover like a lot of distance with her back movement speed or her forward movement speed like quite generously, correct? So like doing things like braking, air dashing, walking back and forth just to like cover ground and take space is really important. So Sin alone getting a buff, this could take I'm like gambling hard because this could take a long time for me to get fish to get movement speed. Him improve like and play the game in a different way just from having that type of buff on him. So it's like that change in neutral interaction is super strong. I'm sorry I'm sounding like a broken record. We're saying neutral interaction, but I think like it's a really very powerful tool where you simply don't have circle back P can change the way you interact with everything entirely, right? And then there's like plus and block ways you can go into this, right? Like I like to do this, right? I like to do 2K into 2D to get, and off that I can do E, and I can still get a close slash meaty, or I like to do, no, that was fine. I mean, excuse me. I like to do 5K 2D, and I can still B plus one block and get a close slash meaty, or I can do 2K 2D, E, and still get a close slash meaty, right? I don't ever recommend doing this on block like if they block it, because it's very negative, and I'm pretty sure he's in counter hit state all the way through, so it's really negative. So what I personally like to do, I like to go to the CPU, I like to set it to random, I like to set to all guard, and I like to set it to random. So just so like I can like, cause like 5k into 2k, 5k into 2d is a true block string, and 2k into 2d is a true block string. So just to practice, like if I get the hit or not, and if I get the hit, I like to do E, and if I don't get the hit, I like to do something else. So like this will get that, will give me E because I got the hit. I will give me E because I got the hit. I would do something like that. Got E because I got the hit. E because I got the hit. E because I got the hit. I would do this because she blocked. You know. Yeah. So she tried to. I don't know why I have her on jump after block, but like that's why she got clipped. But yeah, I like to do that just in general, just like to practice it. But yeah, there's like a lot of ways that you can go into it and like eat and get those buffs for yourself. With Sin, right, you'll find yourself in a lot of situations where like you're at this range, because even though Sin is like considered like a rush down character, right, he still has like a lot of long range buttons, and because of this, he's low-key really good at keeping people out. So like you'll see yourself at this range with Sin a lot, where you can just low-key just bust out like a quick E, and like you never know what buff you can get, and that buff can like simply change like I said, the neutral interaction, which is like super powerful for Sin. By him doing one input, he can simply sway like the match in his favor. And I think ice cream the meter buff is like really good, because meter is like super important in this game, like I said before. Super important. So like that's my little tangent E. I think E is like a little bit of stupid rugged mechanic. Like you'll see like a lot of people who like don't play Sin a lot, or like just know a little bit about Sin. They'll say something along the lines of, oh, if you just buff E, then like, you know, he'll be fine. It's like a lot of people who don't play Sin, they be like, oh, you can't say that, like that doesn't really make sense. Like why would that one thing, like that's not the only thing. Well, Sin, I do think being some like other quality of life changes, of course, like they're low-key, right? Like buffing E will go a long way for him, because it's a super powerful mechanic, in my opinion, of course. So that was just like my dumb little talk. I low-key just want to talk about it, why I think like E is like super cool, and I think E is like really interesting. But yeah, E is cool. If you play Sin, don't jump when you try to do it, but try to use it more. Yeah, pretty cool mechanic. But that's my little stupid little tangent, and hope you all sat through it, and I'm sorry if I bored you. But I'll see you guys later, and I'll talk to you later. But thank you for watching. So see you.